Hey, welcome everybody. It's been a little while since we've been doing a video, and this is certainly one of the most special ones that we've been able to make in a long time. As a lot of you who watch our videos frequently know, it's been months and months and months that have been going on now that I've been making excuses about next week, next month, next first Thursday, etc. Well, finally, we made it, everyone. We went public on the BSE SME platform yesterday. It was an incredible day. On our press release that is going out, you'll be able to see a link there to watch the whole ceremony if you're interested in seeing that. It's an hour long, so you can fast forward to 2x it when you watch it. But it was an incredible experience. It was an incredible week here for us. We are thrilled with the performance of what's happening with the stock and the investor interest and everything that's going on. And it's been a while since I've been able to have my partner in crime here, Raj Mishra, address you guys as well. So I'm going to turn it over now, Raj, to you, and maybe you can give a little bit of your point of view on what's happened over the last week.
Sure. Thanks, Kurt. Hi, everyone. Exciting times, guys. I mean, it's a super amazing moment for us, what we're experiencing right now. We just made history. And it's a big deal for us right now here in India. We were the first influencer marketing company ever to be publicly listed on a stock exchange. And what we've built at Chatterbox over the last 10 years is testimonial to the fact of us getting that validation from the market. The pre-build-up has been phenomenal, to say the least. I mean, we were backed by marquee investors, institutional investors, anchor investors, and the general public. Speculation about the stock really doing well has been phenomenal. That's why we traded about 52x oversubscribed, just before the IPO, and the overall hype which we created in the market has been really symbolic to the performance of the stock in the first couple of days after being listed. And yeah, I mean, we are pretty stoked for the future. There are a lot of exciting things which we'll talk about. There's tons of things which are in the cooks right now, and yes, I mean, it's game on from now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think also, just to explain the 52 times, part of the reason we wanted to do this video is I know there's been a lot of questions coming into me from investors about what exactly everything means. Prior to going public here in India, and you do it everywhere, but you do what is called the book building process. What the 52x meant was that we had 52 times more capital committed to our round than we had room for. And in the SME marketplace in particular, that was at the very, very high end of what companies were achieving. That doesn't necessarily reflect itself perfectly and purely when the company goes public in the share price. But what it really does is show how many people are interested in what the company is doing, what the stock potential holds. And ultimately over time, as I explain a few other things to you, you'll see that the stock we believe and hope will continue to build and grow as we go. The investment that was made started out at the high end. So all the money that came in for the IPO itself, our range was 110 to 115 rupees. That's about $1.60, I think, or $1.70 Canadian. We came in at the high end of that of 115 rupees. So all the initial investors that came in at that level. And something that a lot of you are probably completely unaware of, and it's a relatively new SEBI guideline and exchange guideline here in India, is that the first day of trading through the first 10 days of trading, so the first 5 or 10 business days of trading, your stock is only allowed to go up 5% or down 5%. This was set in as a circuit breaker system to avoid these sort of meteoric buying selling waves when things were shooting up, 100 times or 100% rather, and then falling back down the other direction. So in terms of our stock over the next 9 trading days, since the first trading day was on Friday, you will only be able to see the stock go up 5% or down 10%. We fully expect it to continue to keep going up. We've got a lot of things that we're doing here in India and with investors to ensure that that's going to happen. And so you'll see that happening with our share price on a daily basis, but you won't see these giant spikes that people are accustomed to sometimes with stocks in the US and in Canada, because it literally can't happen. It's not allowed. If we bounced up over 5%, we would hit the circuit breaker and that would be the end of things. So over the first 10 trading days, one of which is passed, so the next 9 trading days, we can only go up or down 5%. After that, we start with another 10-day period 10 trading day period where the stock can go 10% up or down. So that commences for 10 days after this first period. And then thereafter, the stock is allowed to go up 20% up or down on a daily basis going forward. So this was set up by the exchanges here, again, to avoid these sort of crazy spikes that can happen with stocks. But our intention, our strategy, and what we believe will happen is not necessarily every single day we will go up. We know, it's the markets and everything else, but our full intention was to not get overly aggressive at the beginning and then fight to hold what would be a lofty price, but to build an investor base and build our share price up each day and sort of climb the ladder up further and further. From a valuation perspective, Chatterbox right now at where we closed at 129 rupees is roughly about a market cap of just under 30 million Canadian, and I believe even with the big rise that we had with QYOU Media last week, attached to this, QYOU Media, the parent company, is now valued at, I believe, about 32 million Canadian. So they're almost sort of at the same, roughly the same valuation. In addition to that, we actually moved, I believe, again, I might be off on the number a little bit, about 1.6, 1.7 million shares on our first day of trading. And that's at roughly a price of about $2 Canadian. So we had about $3.3 million Canadian of trading that was done on our first day, which is phenomenal. So we're getting big volume, we're getting huge interest. At closing at 129, above the high-end price of our offering of 115 was awesome. And our strategy going forward, again, is to continue to build and build as we get the company to get more investors, more investor interest, and to leverage the interest, as Raj just mentioned, from some of the anchor investors and institutional investors that came in to support us. So nothing but arrows up, good news, positive reactions. And you can just feel it when we were at the BSC yesterday and everything else. You know, the investors who were there, the people who were there, the BSC regulators, et cetera, huge amount of interest and excitement about us being the first influencer marketing company in the country of India to hit the public markets. One last point, we found out yesterday, there's 635 companies that are now listed on the BSE SME market. We're the only one that's in the area of social media and influencer marketing in a country that is the largest country in the world in terms of users of entities like Instagram, YouTube, etc. So very, very cool. Led, of course, by the former country manager and head of TikTok India, which has also helped us tremendously in the process. So over to you, Raj, for last words.
Yeah, no, thanks, Kurt. I mean, we are pretty stoked, guys, with the opportunity, what we see in front of us. I've seen the creator economy really evolve to become a billion-dollar business right now for the past decade. You know, there's so much of innovations what's come in, and there's so much of, brand advertising spends which have shifted to influencer marketing. And with our paying being publicly listed in Canada, plus our legacy business in the US, there's a lot of cross-pollination opportunities we see, across different markets and geography. And we are here to win, honestly. For us, we know the playbook. I mean, with our bench strength really good, we know the way to crack the market, and we've got the support. What Kurt was also talking about, it symbolizes the type of people who are backing us. They believe in our vision, and we're here to make it happen. Honestly, I mean, we know it took a bit of a time because there was a lot of things we are trying to manage, to get here. But now that if we are here, we've got the launch pad, we've got the backing. It's just LFG time from here, guys. Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Yeah. So in the words of Raj Mishra, our tagline and motto at Chatterbox is LFG. I'll let you all figure out what that is. And check out our press release. There'll be some links in there to the ceremony that happened on Friday here in India, along with some other links for things that I think you guys will find really interesting. So appreciate all of you investors who have stuck with us through thick and thin. We have definitely turned the corner. You're going to see results for Q3 that I'm sure everybody's going to be very excited about. And we are rocking. U.S. business is happening in a big way. Chatterbox is growing in a huge way. And so good times ahead, and look forward to seeing share prices and excitement continue to grow as we move forward. So thanks, everybody, and goodbye from Mumbai.
Yeah. Thank you all. See you around.